Yes, sir. What's happening, G's? What's happening? Let's get to work. Let's get to work right away. A little bit earlier than usual. All right, let's make it happen. Press a W in the chat if you're active, if you're listening. Also, smash that like button if you're new. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Guys, I'm currently right now in the short. I just literally entered the short right now at this current moment. All right. I'm in a short trade at this particular moment. I did my pre-market analysis already in our Discord. Make sure you join our Discord if you want to be aware of that. Very, very important that you are. Okay. Want to make sure that you are updated also in our Discord as well here. So we just entered the short right now at this particular moment. I will do the analysis as well regardless one more time. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys are updated. All right. No crazy intro today because we're a little bit earlier here. All right. We have to get to work. That's it. Sometimes, you know, the timing. We cannot control the timing here. All right. Let's talk about the reason why I entered this short right now at this particular moment. Very important. Let's put on a nice tune as always. Let's make it happen. Ooh. So nice. So nice. So nice. All right, Jis. Yes, sir. On our way up with to the $100,000 on this account here. We started at 20. We're now at 32. We're going to take this to 100 G's. That's our plan. All right. Let's make it happen, guys. I'll tell you exactly why I'm looking for more downside right now at this current moment. Okay. Why I'm looking for gold to come back down at this particular moment, at least until news potentially can screw it all up. But we'll see at that moment. All right. Let's see what we have here. So, quick top-down analysis, just so you know, I am in a trade right now at this particular moment. You guys came early, so shout out to the guys that came on time here. You know, it's very important that you guys are here so we sometimes can get to work right away. Right away, okay? Where do you find the analysis here? It's in our Discord, okay? In the mentor chart, I'm gonna make sure right now, and this is a new thing we're gonna do here on a day-to-day basis here. We're gonna make these videos, these quick update videos as well in our Discord right now, where I talk about that. I'll talk about updates and stuff, important stuff. So whenever, you know, something happens around the stream, you guys are updated right away beforehand. So you know exactly what I'm looking for, especially. Okay, mentor charts. It's a free to join Discord, especially there. You can get into the mentor charts, you can get access to that. Okay, critical. So let's kick it off. If you guys are ready for the analysis, for the breakdown, and the reason why I entered this trade, type in a yes in the chat, and let's make it happen. All right, let's make it happen. Let's get the party started, G's. Beautiful. Good that you guys are here. Very, very important. Okay. Let's kick it off on the monthly time frame number one. Let's dive straight into it. Obviously, the monthly candle is going to close, G's. The monthly candle is going to close in 1 hour, 1 day, sorry, not 1 hour, 1 day and 9 hours, all right? 1 day and 9 hours left for this monthly candle to close here. Every single time we pushed up here, we started to push up. We started to get down, we started to get rejected. You guys can see it. And it's practically repeating the process. Even though every single monthly candle has been taken out the previous monthly candle, except the one of June, okay? That's the one that we didn't. But we did swipe the May highs and we did swipe the April highs, setting in a new all-time high right there for gold. So it is kind of interesting to see that. But also interesting to see that rejection now, okay? The weekly, in my opinion, looks quite neutral to me. Obviously, we're hovering around the Sunday open right now at this particular moment. We got rejected here. But what I think is important is the daily time frame. All right, the daily time frame is, in my opinion, what is absolutely critical for us to take consideration. All right, this is the initial resistance. We talked about that initial resistance level, right? Everyone was extremely bullish here. I was looking for sells. And what happened was last stream, of course, the stream before that, we took sells and we got stopped out on that. However, we cannot control it always, right? We cannot always control the perfect outcome here, even though our bias analysis was correct here. So we saw that manipulation here. We entered here. We got stopped out. Price came down again. I entered again. Was a 600 pip trade, okay? A 600 pip trade here. Closed 50% at 22.54, practically at the bottom. And prices kept coming, all right? Kept coming down at that particular moment. I threw my stop, got it got hit. All right, my trilled stop got hit with my remaining lot size. And what we saw, once we started to come back here at 23, 54, we saw a retracement to the previous Sunday open, a rejection from it, and now an internal break towards the downside here. So what's important to mention is that these daily levels are levels we cannot neglect. All right, these daily levels are critical levels to take in consideration right here. This was one of them, and this is one of them as well. All right, this is where we're getting rejected from right now. All right, the 2392. The reason why this is important is because you guys can see clearly we got rejected here. We got rejected here. We broke through it. We came down again. We tried to break. We got rejected. We broke out of it. We found its support. We came back. We found its support. We broke through it. We're getting rejected, right? The daily closed below it yesterday. So this is again that rejection level, that 2392 level, another daily level to take in consideration at this particular moment. So that's a level we cannot neglect right now currently, okay? Then on the 1 hour time frame, you guys can see it, okay? You can see that downward trend, the top internal break, right? A lower high, an internal break, right? An external break, sorry. Breaking down, a lower high, internal break. Currently, question is this now a lower high? Is this what we're looking for? Yes or no? That's the question. So far, you can see clearly that we have been trending downwards on the 1 hour time frame. We have been actually perfectly holding back. If you look at this trend here, you can see clearly we also have seen that rejection. We have seen that rejection. So it's a combination of that trend. It's a combination of that daily resistance. All of this stuff is aligned right now at this particular moment. All right, combine that with the 200 EMA. You can see here clearly we got rejected previously. We still have that level here. So I would not be buying, obviously right now, into that resistance. Anything above, I might look for buys. Below, obviously looking for sells right here. Okay, so if we do break above here and we do flip and break the highs, I'm all in to look for buy continuation plays. I'm all in for that. But for now, we are breaking down. We are getting rejected from it. And these are just critical levels. So if we zoom in and we open our indicator, the limitless LTA concepts session breaks Sunday open right now, you guys can see clearly that we have been hovering between initially the Sunday open, like the opening price of the week, which is always a critical level to take consideration right here, and the daily resistance, right? This is that daily level right there. Also that rejection right now. And we broke below the Sunday open. So I said, if we close below it, I'm into shorts, placing my stops above here. Potentially if the news comes out and we're still in our trade, might push my stop a little bit higher, just to give that more, that more room potentially here. Of course, when you manage your risk accordingly, it should not be an issue whatsoever. But this is of course all into sells here, potentially looking to take out the previous daily lows and looking for that continuation, that rollover, right? Going for what we have been building up right now, potentially see if it could compress. Practically what we're doing here, we're compressing to potentially break down. That's the reason why I'm looking at this resistance level as a critical level of resistance. The dollar has found its support, okay? The dollar is now pushing up again. We're holding up very well. If you guys zoom out here on the dollar, you can see clearly that we are, looking quite good, all right? We have been breaking out here. We tapped it into support. We started to range. We found its support again, and it's now pushing up. So if this is pushing up, it's not going to benefit gold either. All right. So all these things are aligned right now at the moment. I do think this is possible. So that's the reason for a sell currently at this particular moment, waiting for further confirmation. You also have these levels, these key levels that we talked about here, the fixed POC, right? The question is now, are we going to see this internal consolidation, expansion, retracement, potential continuation, yes or no? That's what we're trying to look for, and that's what we're trying to figure out. This high is that critical high. It's at 2396. This changes the whole dynamic of the trade, and this would also invalidate sells if you do manage to break back above that. Okay, I'm willing to take a stop loss hit if that's the case though, because then I'm changing my bias and I'm most likely change my short for longs anyways and look for continuation plays right there. So that's the idea of that initial trade. Okay, I just entered right now on that exact level. I want to see, of course, that rejection. I want to see that continuation play. Yeah, if you do manage to come back up, it is what it is, but my invalidation point is above the highs. And if that's the case, then I think that we should be starting looking for buys and no longer start looking for sells. right? We just shift our bias and, you know, accept our defeat and go into a long. That's it. But overall, that's the main reason. All right. Therefore, it's important, man. We're going to just update you guys in the Discord, making sure that you guys are updated right now. The beautiful thing is we just entered a short. So if that's the case, then, you know, we might be holding on here quite well. My entry is at 2387.93. My stop is above the highs and I target the lows. Something like that at first. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so daily resistance, the Sunday open, that trend, all right, the internal structures giving us lower lows, lower highs scenarios, and the dollar right now pushing up, holding up quite well in my opinion. Okay, that's the outcome, that's the reaction. Now internally, an hourly closure below the Sunday open, all that stuff is for me critical to look at. All right, aggressive stops are going to be above the highs, but that does not by definition mean that we are invalidated. Let's say you get stopped out here. Okay, that does not by definition mean that we are invalidated on our trade, because price could take us out here and still roll over, right? Just manipulates the highs and still come back down here. But if you do break this structure, all right, and you start closing above, you know, these levels right here, right, above this high that caused that expansion down, then I see us potentially leading into a potential actual reversal, right? Because you break the daily resistance, you break that trend, you are above the Sunday open, you closed above it, you know, that changes everything up. So that's the reason for a short now. Until further notice. Okay, hope that makes sense. Price came back one more time to our entry. Timing couldn't be better here. And yeah, hopefully we see somewhat of a waterfall. And you know, the moment we're gonna get to these internal structures here, we'll look for, you know, potential TPs, or maybe even, you know, if putting our stop loss on break even or whatever. All okay. Yeah, previous daily POC is there as well. We have a lot of resistance there. Indeed, Rafal, thank you for letting me know. Okay, that's indeed the thing here. Mic problem again. Need to buy some new. I need to buy a new microphone. We're almost at 100 kgs, so we can do that soon. We can do that soon. Let's. Yes. Okay, it should be good now. Okay. It will touch your stop loss and then go your way. Well, that's why our stop loss is a bit higher. Like I said before, it is a little bit higher. I have calculated this in here. I risk around $8,000. Our goal is to bring this towards 100 Gs. We started at 19K roughly. Sometimes less is more. Less is more. That's the lesson that I've learned. Sometimes less is more. But if you do get stopped out in this position, I don't see this as a, let's say, as a bad thing, because that would completely invalidate our bias then. And that could just only result, in my opinion, into a potential continuation to the upside. So yeah, I like to keep my stops where invalidation points are. So if I'm wrong, then I want to be like completely wrong. Okay, completely wrong. So yeah. That's the idea, Jis. That's the idea. So let's see how far we can take it. If we can hold, if we can break down, and take out the previous daily lows. Let me know what you guys think of the setup in general. All right, if it makes sense. If not, watch the full breakdown one more time. You can watch it at the beginning of the stream. You can also watch this exact video that I created for you in our Discord. It's probably the same thing as what I said before. Okay, but that's the idea. It's a lot of different confluences combined. So it's all a probability now But the daily resistance, the daily trend, the 200 EMA, the previous daily PSC, all these things are above. We're facing a lot of resistance there. So in order for gold to really break up hard, you know, we just have to do something magical, in my opinion. But hey, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Right? We'll see. We're trading below the Sunday open here. We have been coming down after the daily got rejected. And the dollar is breaking out. The dollar is breaking up. So, yeah. Let's see. Victor says, I have my strategy and I have the same setup. Waiting till news to take the trade. Yeah, that's the thing with the news. The news is in around 1 hour and a half. So it's 90 minutes away. I'd rather put my stop above the highs, you know, where I'm literally completely invalidated. If that's the case, I know, okay, I'm completely invalidated. Completely invalidated on my position. Dolly says Bitcoin is on a selling mode. Yeah, Bitcoin coming down potentially a little bit, but I'm pretty bullish, to be honest. Pretty bullish overall here. Yeah, Euro is coming down. The British pound is coming down. The New Zealand dollar is having difficulties. The Australian dollar is having difficulties. All because the dollar being a little bit stronger right now at the moment. So yeah. Can you show us how it looks inside the LTA trading floor? I really like the concept of this. Yes, absolutely. The trading floor is absolutely on fire. I was very busy today creating all kinds of content for the community to help them out grow, become better traders. We are now going through the phase. We call this the correlation phase. We talk about the correlations, which is critical for us to understand right now. And a lot of guys are applying right now the current correlation baskets. These are all the baskets of individual currencies measured against other currencies. So you can see very clearly how in the currency market the money is flowing, where the money is coming from, where it's going into, and all that stuff. So guys are absolutely killing it with that structure here. They're working on it, they're putting in the work. And then we also talked about the CUT data. And the CUT data is going to be very interesting, especially when you zoom out a little bit and utilize this on the more higher time frames. But sometimes it can be also very, very beneficial. So we also are working now with the CUT data, which is kind of important for us as a community to look at. And we talked about the potentials has, especially here, if you have this spreadsheet, you guys can get access to it every single week. I update you guys with all the information you need in regards to the CUT data. Okay, I give you my trading ideas with it. I give you the potential scenarios. I show you the net change of the weeks and all that stuff. So yeah, shout out to the trading floor. Shout out to Kellogg, Marco, the guys, Desmond. I see Mike. I've seen the guys streaming right now. Everyone's streaming. We have over 150 people consistently now in the trading floor all day long, which is actually insane. Absolutely insane if you look at it. Constantly filled up, constantly sharing setups, constantly taking trades. Yeah, man. While we're educating the fam. While we're educating the G's right here. So I love it. I love it. Yeah. Man, 150 people is unreal and everyone is trading LTA. Everyone is trading LTA concepts, all right? And everyone is putting in the work right now, and we're heavily putting up the content now and the education, right? The foundation for you guys is in the ebook, in everything that you need to know here. But all the key things that we're learning now are all on top of the foundation. The foundation is built for your execution models, your entry models, your execution models, all that stuff. But the correlations and all the things here are going to be critical. Not just for your currencies, also for gold, also for oil. There are a lot of ways you can utilize the baskets, the correlations to make better trading decisions. So yeah, definitely, man. So yeah, shout out to the G's. Hello, Rez. Okay, please guide about the trade manager that you use in MT5. The trade manager is indeed something very cool, very interesting. I can definitely show you how that works. All right. It looks like this. You can literally enter like that. You can flip it. Pretty awesome. It looks like your trading view kind of, you know, thing. Very nice. You can put in a cash amount of risk. You can put a balanced risk. You can do whatever you want. You can set a pending order. You can set your take profits beforehand. You can work with pips. You can work with risk to reward. Whatever you prefer. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a paid indicator, yeah. Yeah, links in the description if you want it. It is a paid indicator, but I believe you have a trial. You can get a free trial. Yeah. So one more time, Gis, if you are interested in understanding this setup, I explained it at the beginning of the stream. And I also watch it. It's the exact same thing. It shows you a little bit on a bigger screen though, like full screen mode. Maybe it's a little bit better. So I'm gonna update you guys here, yeah? In the Vantage chart. So join our Discord if you want to have a gold update before the stream, or when I'm not streaming. You know, you have these updates regardless. So that's gonna be it's gonna be useful. Most importantly though, you know, if you do invalidate it, there is also a plan B. There's always a plan B. What is SO? SO means the Sunday open. Yeah, SO means the Sunday open. The Sunday open is the opening price of the week. So this is where we opened. We're currently trading below it. We were trading below it. We traded above it. We're back below it. We have broken below it. So yeah. Check your previous daily very low, very low. Yeah, I see that one. I see that one. I just, at the same time, really look at the bigger picture as well. So yeah, I'm trying to utilize that that bigger picture play here, right? In this case. How do you feel about Bilal Muhammad being a welterweight champion? Yeah, man, he did. He got some sick wrestling. He got some sick wrestling, that's for sure, man. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely got some sick wrestling, this guy. Good luck on the trade. Thank you, man. Thank you, G. Mohammed says I put my stop loss above 2403. Is it safe? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that your stop above the highs here already, you know, are interesting. You're not taking out the previous daily highs yet. You know, if you start closing above the 2396, I mean, everything changes, man. You break above the daily resistance. You flip the previous daily POC potential in support. Yeah, so many layers from that standpoint. If you do break above here, could lead into that continuation. So I would look for buys if you do break out and come back down. But for now, it's just in my opinion a clear sell until, you know, we're proven wrong. So yeah, your stop there might be good, but I think even your stop there above the highs here might be enough. Yeah. How can we join the Discord? Click on the link in the description, G. Join the fam, get into the mental charts, download the ebook, and then you have a complete update for sure. If you want to take things to the next level, you want to get into the trading floor, and you want to get access to the lecture series, we have a VIP function. We are still currently open. We just have opened after being closed for around 7 weeks, so we are still there. We have around 150 people in our trading floor streaming. So instead of one guy, on YouTube, you have there, 5 guys streaming simultaneously, all looking at different setups. Pretty fucking epic. So yeah, if you're interested in that, click on the link in the description, my G's. VIP.ltaconcepts.ai. AI, of course. Why does Vantage not work in Ethiopia? I don't know. I have no idea. Regulations? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Of course, if you start breaking the lows here, man, that would be really nice, right? If you start breaking the lows after this candle closure in 20 minutes, that would be really nice, clean continuation potential. Hourly has already closed below. In this case. Did you already see the new candle chart settings under the volume footprint? It's called the time price opportunity. Can you check it out, please? I've seen it. I'm not sure if it's that accurate. Yeah, I've seen it. I need to do a little bit more research. Especially because it's not on futures. So I need to see. Man. 2 comments is, bro, enter or buy, please. Just the reason for myself, so man, going to the beginning of the stream or watch it in our Discord. I did a breakdown so you understand exactly why I'm selling, what the reason is. I love you, don't want you to lose. I appreciate that, G. But also, losing is part of the game. Losing is part of the game. Okay? Also. Cannot try to avoid losses and try to be scared. Nice. When do we have news? We have news in around an hour and 20 minutes, man. So it's still pretty far away. It's gonna be important though, very important. And of course, tomorrow the FOMC, man. Then we have the NFP, man. It's gonna be one of these weeks. Do you close the trade if news happens? Maybe, depending on where we are. Yeah, depends. Lorenzo, may I know which country are you trading now? Only just to know our time difference. I'm trading in Singapore time. It's an Asian time. But I'm actually, of course, utilizing New York always. UTC -4 always. When are you coming back to the Netherlands? I actually will go back to the Netherlands for a week, 1 week, somewhere in October. Yeah, somewhere in October I will be back. I will be back home for a week. 10 days. No, wait. 7 days to be exact. Yeah, 7 days. I mean, I'm excited for it, man. It doesn't have to be long, but you know, just catch up. See some friends, see some family. Yeah, man. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Sir says, how did you find out about the correlations? It is really a game changer. Thank you. Appreciate it, G. No, I love the correlation. I love it myself. I use it all the time. I found out you could create custom baskets. And I was like, wow, if that's the case, then you can build your own baskets. You don't have to trust the dollar index all the time or the euro index. You can create your own euro index by looking at whatever you want to do. So in this case, I said, I'm going to measure the euro against the Eur Usd. So I measure the euro against the dollar, the British pound, the New Zealand dollar, the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, and the Swiss franc. And I'm going to divide it by 6 and I'm going to get a chart, an average chart. And it then shows you, very simple, support and resistance. And then I use support and resistance to just confirm what is happening. I use the trend, I use the higher time frame, I understand that. I use support and resistance to confirm what is in support and what is in resistance. So if the dollar is in support and the euro is in resistance, I'm obviously going to look for Eur Usd sells. That's the idea behind it. But I'm looking for sells with LTA concept. So I use then the volume analysis on the pair, not on the baskets, on the pair. I use my volume analysis, I do my key levels, I mark them up, and I pick my pairs. That's how I do it. So this is just, for me, a filtering process to pick the right pairs to be right more than wrong. Because I understand the baskets and I understand which one is in support, which one is in resistance, and then I go to the pair. And then I start looking at setups. And utilize that with the CUT data, utilize this with the understanding of retail positioning against the commitment of traders report, the institutional, commercial and non-commercial future contracts. You get a pretty accurate understanding of what's happening in the Forex market. Yeah, man. So that's why we're doing it, and that's why we're teaching the guys it, and that's why these guys are trading a lot of different, instruments right now. Most of them are trading Forex because of that, right? They're killing it. Look at Marco Eur Usd short. What is it? The New Zealand dollar against the dollar short. Yeah, man. W. Mr. Rice says, guys, is this 100% a sell? Well, in my books, it's 100% a sell. Otherwise, I would never take it. The question for you, though, is, nothing is 100%. right? We could get stopped out. That's where risk management comes into play. Just win more than you lose, or win less than you win, lose more than you win, but have a better risk reward. So when you win big, like what we did the last time. The last trade on that gold was a 1 to 10. So, you know, you can practically now lose 15 times or 10 times in a row to get back to where it came from. I mean, this doesn't happen all the time, right? It's like it happens once in a while, but it really adds on to the average results, the average profit take, the average realized profits. So in my opinion, that's what matters the most. Is 2390 a good stop loss? The thing is, you have the previous daily POC there. 2392. So this might be still tapped if you get into it. I prefer to put it a bit higher. I prefer to put it above the highs because then I just believe in an invalidation, and then I believe in like continuation longs as well, if that's the case. So yeah. That's kind of the idea. If price does that and potentially breaks out, then I can look for buys right away. Dan says LTA event in October. Let's meet with all the Dutch members. That would be awesome, G. We could definitely organize something like that in Rotterdam. The scene says compound interest is king. I truly believe it's the only way to win this game. Yeah, man. Trying to not lose is... we all try not to lose. But, you know, when it comes down to making money, sometimes losing is what we need in order to win more. Otherwise, would you quickly explain why the US government bonds correlate to the gold chart? Yeah, I always like to look at this indicator, okay? It's called the correlation coefficient. And what you can then do is you can select the 10-year yield, for example. Right there. You click on it. And then from there onwards, you can kind of, you know, look at what the correlation is. Are we like negatively correlated? Are we kind of positively correlated? Sometimes it switches up, especially on the lower time frames. On the higher time frame, of course, you're gonna see much more of a negative correlation, right? You can see that clearly. But on the lower time frames right now, such as at the moment, we are kind of in the middle. So it's not as relevant now as it is usually, right? If you go and look at the dollar, for example, Same thing for the dollar. You can see right now that we came up. We're now starting to come down here, but also on the higher time frame. Obviously, the more accurate it is, you can see also. Negative means negatively correlated. Positive means positively correlated. So around about April, both the dollar and gold for a period of time came up. And it's kind of important to look at. So it's not as important as it always is. You have to always confirm it. So we cannot say, by default now, the 10-year yield or the dollar is negatively correlated to gold. It always depends. But yeah, I like to use it because it's definitely interesting. Yeah. Lorenzo, is your previous week from Monday to Friday or 7 days back? It's from Monday to Friday because the market is closed in the weekend. So it doesn't calculate the Saturday and the Sunday, the majority of the Sunday. Questions as a Dutchie. Do you pay your taxes in box 1 or 3? Good question about tax. So I don't live in the Netherlands. I have been living outside of the Netherlands for longer than, multiple years now. So I don't pay tax in the Netherlands. Is there any resistance at 2400 in gold? Can you check it out, please? Yeah, man. So let's do it one more time. We can go over it one more time. We talked about it already, but we can do it one more time. So what I'm interested in is the daily, right? The daily resistance. So we had this daily resistance there. We took our short from it. 600 pip move. Now we're back down. Now we have this level. And this level is extremely important to me as well. It's the 2392. And we have that support. We have that resistance. Currently, we're trading below it. We got rejected yesterday, the previous day. So we couldn't break back above it. We tried to, we couldn't. So that level is still an important key level for me to look at right now at the moment. So it's more the 2392. Which has a lot of contrast around it, right? On the daily time frame. So on the 1 hour, if you combine that with the highs and the structure internally, then you see that you break structure, lower high, lower low, potential lower high, internal now breaking lows. We broke this low internally. Right? What was the cause of that low break? This high. So anything above that high means also being above that daily resistance, right? So the daily resistance is sitting right there. As you guys can see. So obviously for now, I'm really looking and I'm only interested in looking for that potential kind of short, continuation play. Because if not, then, we are, trading kind of against it in that manner. So what I'm interested in is I'm trying to really see if there is a potential scenario where we could start taking and getting rejected there. Okay, so that's one layer. Now it's also important to take consideration that, of course, when you have that resistance there, we also have the opening price of the week. And the fact that we now close this hourly candle below the Sunday open again after that rejection here, after that expansion. is for me reason enough to take a short here and to see if it can continue to push further, at least in the short term. But it all depends on the news, of course. The news is coming out later on, so that's all important stuff. So you have this trend, right? It's holding us back. We have the daily resistance. It's holding us back. You're trading below the Sunday open. You close below it. It's kind of holding us back. You have this initial structure. It's holding us back. So my stop loss above there will be the most reliable, right? Putting my stop loss somewhat above the highs. Because if you do that, we have to break through all these levels. And we have to close above the daily resistance, at least an hourly candle. We have the previous daily PHC. There's so many levels there that, you know, it will be very hard to break it. If you do break it and we get stopped out, then I do believe that, you know, the momentum is so strong on the higher time frame, and then also everything included, that we can just look for continuation buys. So my sell is then invalidated. I will take a hit. I will take a stop loss, but at least I could start looking for buy continuations then. So that's kind of the idea. It sells until further notice. And if it's a buy, we'll see later. We'll break out and we'll see. We invalidate all these levels. So yeah, let's see. Lorenzo, have you ever watched Vikings? Never, man. No, I've never watched Vikings before. I couldn't take it. I watched one episode. I couldn't get into it. Like, you know what the thing is with these type of series, man? You need to commit your life to it. You need to literally commit it. You know, watch every single episode for a week, and then you finally get into it, and then it finally becomes enjoyable to watch. Now, I need something that hooks me. I need something that hooks me right away. Right away. I need to get into it after 1 or 2 episodes. Otherwise, you know, I'm done. You can't fool me. I'm done. 1 or 2 episodes, I need to be in that series right away. I need to get it. So like a Game of Thrones and like Vikings and all that shit that requires my life dedication to become a fan. So it's gonna be tough. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Alright, this is the account, the 20k account you opened last week. Yeah. Quality over quantity, man. You know, sometimes it's quality over quantity is better. Sometimes we need to lose to win, like we did. We lost that initial trade on stream, but we stick to our analysis. Hello, do you use MT5? Yeah, MT5. So we close another hourly candle below it, fam. It's important. So that means that we closed that 4-hour candle on the one as well below it as well. All right, we opened without a bottom wick. So yeah, it looks overall like quite good to me now. I mean, that open, that closure, that second closure. Do we have an opinion on the Eur Usd sell limit at 108 with a stop loss of 108.71? I was looking at it. Man, look at this. I'll show you this right now. All right? Check this out. We're talking about the baskets here. Eur USD on the left. The euro basket on the in the middle. And the dollar is on the right. The dollar index. Obviously, when this one goes up, right? This one usually tends to come down. You can see it clearly also in the euro basket. So the euro basket is losing its momentum. We broke below. We started ranging. We broke below. We swiped it. Faced resistance. We swiped down. That's why we started to move down. And we closed below it. Now we have an hourly candle closure below previous support. Potentially flipping into resistance. So that's the Eur USD there. The euro basket there, sorry. Then we have the dollar. The dollar is pushing up. The dollar broke out of this range. Now it's flipping. It's flipping potentially bullish. It retested the zone. It flipped it potentially into support and is now pushing up. So overall, when you confirm that, the dollar being stronger and the euro basket being weaker, the buys for the Euro USD is of course sell right now. We're reaching that next level of resistance soon. And that's what you saw there on the Euro USD. So if you take the Euro USD and you kind of understand what's happening here, you started to see that we started to just trend down overall. The overall trend was just bearish. And, you know, we started to consolidate, build more liquidity. Yesterday, we had the open of the week. We started to kind of come down aggressively. We started to build liquidity. Asia session, New York, breaking down, right? And that's kind of the idea of looking for continuation. So the buys is now potentially looking for sells here, looking for continuation sells here. Okay. Now, what is happening is that you have that previous Sunday open level. We call it the early previous Sunday open. And you're getting rejected from it. So if the euro remains weak today, during this session, and you start flipping here, right? And this level becomes potentially bearish or whatever the case may be, then we could and might reverse. And if they flip this bearish, you might look for continuations. Now your question was stop loss of 108.711. I think it's 711. That's all the way up here. If you want to get into more of a swing kind of thing, always sell limit you're looking for at 108.461. I mean, if price gets there, it's fine, but we might even get rejected now if the dollar keeps going. So let's look at one more time. Yeah, the open is at 108.596. So as long as you stay below it, you're kind of good there. But this is already a rejection point. You see? You flipped it into resistance. This was initial support. You flipped it to resistance. You're breaking down. You close below the early previous Sunday open. You might look for continuation. So it's already weak. If you start coming up first and you break structure, then a sell limit might not be as effective, but who knows? Okay? Who knows? Yeah. Are you streaming the London session on YouTube as well? Not on YouTube. Mostly on Discord. What is the trading floor? The trading floor is a place where we can come together as traders, not just in a session, but throughout the whole day. And we give everyone the opportunity to stream. They don't have to if they don't want to. We give people the opportunity. I will be there regardless, making sure if we are yeah, making sure that we are all on the same page. We're trading the same system, and we track it. We get our trades done and we track it, and we get the results from it. And that's what we're doing, and that's what we're building, and we have been growing tremendously. And yeah, it's just Discord is unbelievable, man. I could never believe that Discord was that actually that good. Yeah. Shout out to Discord. Shout out to Discord. So if you feel that trading is a lonely job and you want to feel, you want to be with some guys here, the group, trading together, trading the same system, making money, and just, learn a variety of new skills. From my side, we talked about the baskets, we talked about the CUT, we talked about all these confirmations together to determine the bias. We just talked about the Eur Usd. Then, get into the trading floor, right? Gonna cost you $200 a year. It's around 70 cents a day. If you can make more than 70 cents a day, and at least you learn from it, you're gonna be good. Hi there, is there any resistance 2400 in gold? Can you check and update it? We just talked about it, my friend. We just talked about it. I did a full breakdown again. Yeah. Yeah. You can also watch the breakdown in the Vantage charts as well, right there. Okay. Oh. Mark as resolved. Nice. Yeah, the meta charts. All right, I'm gonna update you guys for gold. At least I'm just showing you my point of view there, and then we can all decide. What is the worst trading advice you ever received? Personally, my worst trading advice was, at least for myself, right? Was dollar cost averaging. So dollar cost averaging in and out of my positions. Dollar cost averaging is great if you invest in something long-term you believe in. But in terms of trading, for me, it got me absolutely destroyed, right? Going into a loss, buying more. Going into a deeper loss, buying more. And price does not recover. It does something crazy, right? I've experienced this before. I think it's extremely risky. If you use it the right way, you could do it. You could potentially, limit your losses. But it's a risky thing, man. And sometimes price will not do what you want to do. And it doesn't have to follow any structure, any things that we've been learning. And it before you know it. Should be good now. Thank you. Personal question, are you in loss overall? No. No. Lorenzo, how much did you made on your last trade? Around 11.5 G's. Yeah. We were at like 14K profit. We took out half. We got trilled on our 50%. 40% of our position. Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. I just hopped on the stream and saw everyone is talking about the trading floor. You really got my attention with this evolution of trading industry. I love it, bro. It's building a platform. My goal is always to just build a platform for traders. And not just, oh, look at me being the big G. I really like to build a platform for the, for guys that have potential, right? And create like a system for it. So my goal is always to look at a system to potentially see what we can do. You know, we have a test, we have a quiz, we have all kinds of things here. We have a ranking. People start as an apprentice. They can go to the electus. Electus means the chosen one, right? It actually means, it's Latin for chosen, for being chosen, selected, electus. That's our mentor right there. So every trainee could become a mentor over time. And we have all kinds of things for that. Like track records, all kinds of things that you need. Yeah, man, to get there. Where's your stop loss? My stop loss is at 23.97, which is above the highs. Because that would for me be an invalidation, right? If you start breaking, closing an hourly candle above it, then then I'm looking for continuation buys. Yeah. Rosangela says I sold at 23.90. Rosangela, how are you guys doing? Or how are you doing? Good to see you again. How can I become a strategos? The next rank, if you want to achieve the strategos rank, the ranking, all right? Yeah, we watch a lot of gladiator movies, that's for sure. That's a fact. In order to get that, you need to do the test. And in order to get to the strategos, you need to have post consistent setups in the setups channel that you get access to, which you can put in some work into. It's an inner circle kind of group that you will get into. With me, with a couple other guys, we start communicating in that group, and everyone could work their way towards it, of course. So we share some insights there, some things there. And the way to do this is by sharing the right setups, right? Sharing the setups, putting in the work, help other people out, show that you're willing to help other guys out. Things like Kellogg, he's on his way there, like he's killing it, right? These type of things are potentially possible. So you do the test. If you get selected and you pass the test, you get your starting rank. That means that you have an understanding of LTA concepts, you understand the foundation of trading. Ooh, look at gold, it's pushing up. That's gonna be interesting. 23.92. Definitely need to close this hourly below the daily. Yeah, we're gonna get into news. It's gonna be very, very interesting. Yassine says, gotta be careful this coming month. Choppy markets, protect your capital. Yeah. Just be patient with the right setups. You're still gonna lose. You're still gonna lose trades. Most definitely. But be more selective. I agree. Be definitely more selective. Very aggressive move up indeed. I also wonder where this volume initially is coming from. It's pre-US. We still have news coming. So it's a pretty delayed expansion. Let's just says noob analysis. Yeah, if that's what you think, then that's what they said last time. And then the next trade we made, 600 pips. So yeah, they called me noob as well at the time. You know what I mean? So on our journey to the 100 Gs, right? The 100K. Where's your stop loss? 23, not there. It's at 23, like I said, 97 above the highs. If you want to perfectionize it, we're not there yet. We don't want this to be taken out. And if you do close an hourly candle above the daily, above the trend, above the previous daily POC, yeah, then the only thing I'm looking for is buys, no more sells. Yeah, holding up very strong, definitely. Really don't want to take out the highs. If you do, that will be devastating in a good way. Doesn't really matter. But if you close above the highs, above the 23.92 specifically, this hourly candle, and the news comes out, yeah, then gonna be very interesting, because if you do flip, man, that would be crazy. Ricky says the best settles with all factor can still be a loss. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. We might experience the same thing as last time. If that's the case, and we re-break the lows again after, then I'm still in the, I'm still on that same train as last time, guys. Just so you guys know. But in that case, if that happens, then I would definitely keep you updated in the meta charts. I'll definitely keep you updated there. A lot of resistance there. We also know that. We also know there's a lot of resistance around these critical levels. What about your setup? Are those monitors behind you? Yeah. These are monitors behind me. Not sure if you can see it, but I got my big screen here in front of you, in front of me right now. Then I got my TV there. And then I got my 90-inch TV there. And yeah, I want to see everything. And I started with a broken laptop. But this shit I love the most. This screen right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see it properly, but anyways, because I see all the charts there. I see all the currencies there. The dollar, New Zealand dollar, euro, yen. I see all the charts there. Yeah, we better have a rejection here. That would be awesome. Give me a reason why you sell. Yeah, look at the analysis, my friend, at the beginning of the stream or in Discord. It is important to understand that if you do get stopped out, then this is for me an invalidation. So that means that I'm no longer interested in sells. So that's why my stop loss is strategic, kind of like 23.97-ish. Well, would be unfortunate if you get stopped out and price still comes down. But then again, if that happens again and price breaks down again, same thing as what we've seen here when we gained that 600 pip move around there. You know, you can re-enter. We can re-enter. Why did you start trading? Well, initially I just wanted to make a bunch of money. I thought it was easy. Then I realized quite quickly how hard it actually was and how I got screwed. Pretty heavy. But the more I knew about trading, the more I started to love finance. Not just trading. Trading is one thing, right? But I started to love finance. So when you ask me the question, are you a trader? I would never say, if I would introduce myself, I would never say now I'm a trader. I would say I'm in finance and I trade. But I'm in finance because I do understand the bigger picture better now. And I know much more about the economy now, and that's where I really enjoy getting better at. Yeah, much better, much better. Finance, 6'5", blue eyes, trust fund. Still strong continuation. Strong continuation. Do you normally lose? I definitely lose, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it, right? Let's be honest. It's about making money. It's about us growing this account. How many real accounts do you have? Around 3? 3 accounts, yeah. When would you take a reverse trade or reverse? I would only look for if we start breaking out like we're doing now, we close above it. That would practically invalidate my bias here. We're gonna see with news now, regardless, what will happen and what we can do after news. What do you think about the trade? Again, I think it was a great setup, to be honest. There's nothing we could do if you get stopped out here. I think it was a good setup. Everything aligned with what I wanted to see. We broke below the Sunday open. We are just smashing through all the levels. We have news. I mean, yeah, this is just part of the game, I would say. So yeah, if you do close above it, above the daily, so the 23.92, then yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. If you reclaim the lows again, so similar to what we've done again, around there, where we tapped into the daily resistance as well here, which was there, where everyone's bullish, right? Where we also got stopped out at first, where we re-entered and took it all the way down. If you see a reclaim break below the lows, I would potentially re-enter as well. It depends. Yeah. Good day, sir. Every time I watch limitless videos about my structure mapping, every time feel how to make corrections, please guide us. Yeah, I'm gonna upload more content on YouTube. Definitely gonna upload more content on my channel now. Also want to do more pre-market analysis and stuff. I have created one in our Discord, in our group. I want to also do this more publicly now on YouTube. So yeah, it's definitely coming your direction, man. I think gold could reach the previous weekly Sunday open. It definitely could, but I'm not gonna be in the trade then. I'm gonna wait and see what happens around that level. So the main level, guys, again, the same thing for me now, right? We did it last time as well here. This is that resistance that we've seen. We saw the exact same level structure. If you want to continue to be bullish for the rest of the, let's say, week, or you know, we want to really continue to drive, I think we need to close a daily candle above the 23.92, preferably 93. If you close a daily candle above it, I'm all in for you know, long continuations. Yeah. What has changed in your trading? The main thing that has changed on YouTube for me personally now is just the understanding of making money now, right? Because like I'm telling you, and this is where a lot of guys are struggling with, streamers are struggling with. I'm gonna be an open book today. Streamers care more about winning than about making money, no matter the cost. If you can put a W in the spreadsheet, then it looks better. I realized, well, I can get that one big trade and I can make like 15 grand like that. And I can grow my account easy. By being precise with my entries. By taking a couple losses sometimes if needed. Then I'd rather do that. I'm rather winning that. And the problem with this industry, and this is so nasty, is that people cannot accept losses because they think it's just not normal. You're bad. Oh, you're a bad trader, blah, blah. Let's see who's making money at the end of the month, you know? And it's like, it really messes with your psychology because you really want to win every single trade and you're willing to win every single trade. And even if you make 5 pips, 6 pips, you're like, oh, okay, win, W. Bro, you made 5 pips. And then everyone in the chat, W, 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 5 pips, W. I mean, come on, man. Let's lose more sometimes, but make more money after the end of the month. As long as our analysis is on point, I think it's exactly what I'm looking for right now. It's a major push though, major push for all our levels. All our levels, daily, previous daily, Sunday open. Yeah, I think I'm out, G's. We're out of the trade. Okay, we're out of this trade. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to literally wait for the news. See where we're at. See what happens now. Because we are officially above it. This hourly candle closure is going to be critical. If you do re-break the lows, it's a whole different story for re-entries. But for now, anything around there would invalidate everything for my sells and could lead into my continuation buys. So let's see. Which broker are you using? Using Vantage. Check it out. So yeah, this is for me just a news play now. Waiting for the news to do its thing here. Because if you look around our time for now, we have that break. We might still have a rejection point overall. I do see this as a serious break. This hourly close is going to be, yeah, just critical. Critical. We're now once again breaking structure. We came back down, we're breaking above the highs. If you do that, then the next higher low will be my entry. Ricky says you are the liquidity itself on the stop loss. If your stop loss gets hit, you're always the liquidity. Regardless. Always. If you make money out of the stream, but you get losses on the live stream, is this marketing floor for the VIP? So, you know what the thing is? Let's say I'm streaming around 3 hours a stream, right? I'm here. And I give my exact analysis, my exact breakdown of what I'm looking for. Similar to what I've done here. I said exactly what I was looking for. Let's say our first trade gets stopped out, right? But the analysis was correct. And then I say after 3 hours, you know what, we have been streaming for 3 hours, price is still above here. You know, if price breaks down, I'm going to re-enter potential. Right? Is it then up to you to decide, okay, you know, price is coming down, I might listen to the guy or I might follow my own analysis. Maybe it works out, right? Maybe indeed he was right later on. So that just requires a little bit of capability from your side of like, okay, well, price is there again. He said this, he's going to do that. Maybe I'm going to do it. Maybe not. Maybe I don't agree with it. Okay, fair enough. Right? We do our analysis. That's all we can do. And the timing of it, you can't predict the timing. So if I'm streaming here exactly at 8 a.m. EST every day, and the move happens at 1 a.m., sorry, 1 p.m., I mean, yeah, what can we do? Yeah. I mean, it could be a liquidity grab and then go lower. I think it's still possible. Yeah. It's still possible. It's something that we cannot control. I cannot say here, okay, I'm going to wait for the liquidity grab first, and then I'm going to enter. I mean, it was a great confirmation for me. So let's see what happens. As a beginner, will I understand your ebook? I think so. I think it's for beginners as well. I mean, are there any other beginners in the chat that know about the free ebook that we have created? Right, it's not just a simple, guru 10-pager. It's just, I was creating it for you to actually help you out. So it actually could provide you with a lot of good information. It took a long time to create. It's 74 pages. It's an actual book. It's not a funnel. It's not a sales funnel. It's an actual book. Okay. So yeah, check it out if you're new. Shit, it's an actual instruction. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a step by step. It's not like a story. Okay, it's actually more of a step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 kind of thing. Yeah, it lays the foundation at least. So I think it's gonna help you tremendously. It would be crazy if we're gonna see the same thing. We break above, we take out all the highs, and we still reverse and break below them. That would be interesting. It would be very similar to what we've seen there. Bold Invest Marcus says, trust the process, guys. I'm killing it over and over every day almost with the LTA concepts. Shout out to you, Marco. Shout out to you. Are you still streaming? Shout out to you, my friend. Yeah. And you're killing it with the currencies. Same for me. Currencies are killing it. Gold is a bit more tricky. You get these big wins on gold. Once you're in the right, in the right trend at the right moment, you get these big moves on gold, which is pretty good. But he says it cost me a lot to print that book. Yeah, we have the blank version, all right, the white version as well if you're interested in it. I think when you download the ebook, you can choose between the dark edition and the white edition. Guys, what about your spreadsheet? Yeah, so the last 2 trades were losses, so we're on stream in like a little bit of a losing streak right now. I think this is the 3rd trade in a row after 3 winning trades in a row. Yeah, of course, I didn't include the big trade, right? The 600 pip trade in it. I think that's fair to say in the spreadsheet. So it's not a representation of what we're making in terms of money, but it is a representation of the streams right now at the moment. So yeah.
Zorg dat jouw vrouw altijd...
60 minutes, and then we have news, G's. You do an average of like 1 or 2 trades a day. I would say around 3 trades a day. Yeah, I think around 3 trades a day, roughly. It depends. It depends. When it's currencies, I would say so, for sure. When it's gold, I would be more precise. I would not be trading, not be trading 3 gold trades a day. No way. Maybe 1, but sometimes not even. So it all depends on the structure. Yeah. Yeah, so if this news comes out, man, and it starts to push up and it reverses down, I would not be surprised, geez. I'm just saying it. Right? Then the question is, was it worth it to take the trade before, or was it better to wait for the news to play out? That's definitely a debate. But my bias is definitely, short until further notice. We haven't closed this hourly candle yet. So we're gonna see. For me personally, it's definitely not worth to enter now on a news trade 14 minutes before the news, hoping for the best, right? Hoping the price flips. No, we're gonna see. Do you think your analysis could still play out? It could. It could. It could. It happened before. It can happen again. That's why risk management is so important. Right? So if it does come back and it shows still the potential confirmations, then, you know, you want to have some capital to re-enter. You don't want to go all in on your position. So you never know if something like this happens where you squeezed out the early sellers and then price still comes down. But we'll see where it closes, number one. What do you think about the market structure on a 15-minute? I mean, it's all great, but you know, this hourly candle is for me the most important. You know, otherwise you could still swipe the highs and just reverse. So this hourly candle closes for me, it's for me the most important. Yeah. Do trend lines work in gold? I mean, you could say yes, but at the same time, trend lines are not for me. You know, I would never, I would not trade gold with a trend line strategy. I'm not a big fan of it. The trend line is pretty useless because it's just, well, the only thing that matters in my opinion is just the understanding of structure. That matters more than trend lines, let's say. But it's the extra 10% on your analysis, depending on where we are. Don Pablo says risk management is so key. So many people will blow their accounts this week. It's always the same. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Unfortunate, right? But yeah, that's the game. That's the game, especially in gold, man. I realize in gold, it's actually really scary how much. I think the pip value is higher, so easier to make money, easier to lose money. $10. Let's see. What is your expectation for the news? I mean, it all depends where we close this hourly candle. If you close above it, I mean, we cannot control news, number one. So I cannot give you an insight of news. But my overall analysis, my technical analysis still remains the same. Especially if you close above or below the... yeah, especially below the previous highs. Now, so let's see. It's command analysis. I'm in deep losses and I'm shaking. Then you have done something wrong with your risk. Unfortunately, bro. Unfortunately. Oh shit. It's gonna be very interesting. What's your bias today? Check out my analysis before. That's very interesting, man. If you close below it and it starts to re-break the lows and it swiped all the highs and it starts to come down again, that will be yeah, that would be very interesting for sure. Yeah, if you see that flip, yeah, wow. Starts rolling over, you swipe the highs. You build up that liquidity here. That's our initial trade. Daily resistance. Yeah, let's see. Lorenzo, how do you get the indicator which shows the order quantity? Which one are you talking about? The order quantity. It could easily turn around. It could easily flip. Okay, very interesting to see what the dollar does as well here. And the 10-year yield right now at support. If you bounce from it, it will definitely help us with some decision making as well here. But yeah. Let's see, we have news, so we have no idea. No idea. Let's be patient. See what the Connor says, look at. How do you get the PVC? Download the ebook, my friend. It's in there. But this is the tool you use, the fixed range VAR profile. Ivy says 5 minutes bet it closes below. That would be it. That would be insane. Yeah, we're gonna see. If this pushes up, news comes out and it tanks, that would be wild. That would be wild. Silicon says overall my bias is still bearish for the coming weeks, but bullish, but looks bullish next few hours right now. Yeah. Yeah, keep a close eye on the London closure as well, again. Because we don't want to experience the same thing when price just reverses. We'll see this time. I think the news is going to help us tremendously. Last time we didn't have anything, I believe. No news or something to take consideration. $69 watching, only 400 likes, guys. What's going on? Make sure you smash up that like button. Let's get the party started. Regardless. Especially if price rolls over, okay? Especially then. Like last time. What is the biggest thing that you've learned? If you believe in your analysis and you have like a good amount of experience in the markets and you believe in your analysis, I do believe that you should stick with it. But you always in your head should have an invalidation point. So you say, okay, I am willing to look for shorts here, in this case, here and here and here. But the moment we break this, I'm no longer interested in shorts. I will flip my bias. You always have a, I would not say a plan B. We always have a invalidation point. And usually the best idea would be to put your stops where your invalidation point is. That's what I know is the best. Because if I get stopped out, usually I'm wrong. But if price still comes down, I could re-enter regardless. In this case. So yeah, it's definitely that, man. It's definitely the management. And believing in your analysis and sticking to it. And that's how the trade didn't play out, so I'm just going to leave it for today. Until you reach, unless you max out your daily, drawdown or whatever. If you are doing it in a prop firm, but I would never recommend you to even be worried about that. If you have a prop firm challenge and you can lose 5% in a day, I don't think you should ever be able to reach it. It's definitely not necessary. Otherwise, do you have any suggestion for controlling FOMO? Yeah, the fear of missing out usually comes also from your analysis. So the reason why people fear of missing out here. Oh, let's look at news. Might be bullish. Let's see. Bullish for the dollar. Bullish for the dollar. Yield is pushing. Gold is pushing. We did close above it. We did close above the daily. But it's actually not that good. Let's see what she does. I expected a bigger move. Yeah, me too. But the only thing is, it can always come later. Like this is typical. We have seen it many times before, where there is a little bit of a delay, and then after 5 minutes, the big farm comes in. Oh. Silicone says, don't fall for the drop in the opening seconds. No, I agree. You really want. I really would love to see another closure below the Sunday open. If that's the case, another hourly candle closure below the Sunday open. That would be ideal, because you're gonna see a 4-hour candle flip. It's pretty big though. Right now, it's pretty big if you want to put your stops above there. But it's the 4-hour candle flip that could still happen. If that's the case, you have a 4-hour flip. again from the daily resistance after swiping the highs. I mean, for me, that's a re-entry. So I might just be completely right with the analysis here. Yeah, give me 1 second, guys. Be right back. Yeah, so retracement back into the Sunday open. Overall push down aggressively now. Yield in support, breaking out potentially. Dollar holding up very strong. This is not good for gold, man. Not gonna be good for gold. Looking like a solid break. Looking like a push if this breaks out. Yeah. Yeah, in my opinion, it all depends where we close this hourly candle now again, or the 30-minute is a good start in like 20 minutes. Because if you do break structure again, so you swipe the highs and you do break structure down, I do believe that with the news being favorable for the dollar, with the dollar pushing up, the yield pushing up potentially, yeah, gold will have to start pushing further. It's just holding up very well now. It's kind of that higher, that bounce from that initial low. And it's a Sunday open, so it's a critical level. If you do manage to close above it again, yeah, then I would personally gonna stay out of it. I'm gonna be patient. Euro USD absolutely got wrecked. We talked about the Euro USD. It's actually a great moment for shorts now, by the way. Eur Usd is looking very good. Especially on the hourly, if you 4 hour, if you start flipping. Very nice. Why would you look for new entries? Number one. So in this case, news came out better than expected for the dollar. So the dollar starts driving further up and up and up, then it's going to be potentially favorable for the dollar, not particularly for gold. The Sunday open now is holding up as support, local support right now. So automatically now any closure below is an instant sell for me. If you do manage to stay above it and close above the daily, and then it all depends on what we're doing here. Is this going to be another like fake move for the dollar? Is the dollar just going to break, get rejected here and just roll over? Yeah, then and you close above it, then gold might just be holding way too strong. So Mark says I got a 1 to 4 hour on USD. Amazing, because I think it's still weak. It's still looking weak right now. Yeah, if you look at the 2 hour, you have the 2 hour candle, the 4 hour candle as well. It looks much different than the hourly, if you look at it this way. Especially if you break the lows, flip bearish, break the lows. Does this news just confirm the rate change due to the economy strong? Gold is holding up. So if you look at the Fed rate monitor tool, there's gonna be like a 95% chance now that we're not gonna increase any interest rates. The probability of increasing in interest rates is probably gonna be, they say September, right? But it might not be September, it might be November. Because in November, there is 57% chance that might even increase, depending on the press conference and all that stuff. September is also already interesting, but November is where it's at, right? So we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. So September number 1, November number 2, 2 rate cuts potentially this year. Could be interesting, but not. Most likely not tomorrow. I realized this. How did you come up with these entry models? By the way, they're working so good with key levels. Yeah, it's just utilizing volume as our tool of reference. We have created the terminologies for it. So I was like, how can I call these terminologies correctly? And I was like, you know what? We need profiles and levels based around time, and we need profiles and levels based around structure. So you have the weekly and the daily. So I was like, you know what? We just call it the previous day, the early previous day, the weekly, the previous weekly, all that stuff. And then I call the structure the fixed and the swing. The fixed POC and the swing POC, whatever the case may be. And then the Sunday Open, of course. But when you utilize and you use this on Forex, you have an incredible tool that you can use. And this is what we call the baskets now. And if you can use the baskets to get your understanding of strong and weak, and then you implement LTA with you determine the right key levels and your entry models, and you get it and you're patient and you understand structure very well, especially on the baskets, then I don't see you not making money if you are a little bit advanced. And if you already are aware of risk management, you know when to cut losses, you know when to leave trades running, you know when to, to manage your positions well. Lose again, last 5 trading days, you lose something wrong. We lost 3 days in a row. 3 wins before that. We're up around $11,000. Just on the gold trading. So that's excluding Forex. So yeah, like I said before, you guys care about winning. I care about making money. And I get it, because at the beginning I had the same feeling. But I just want to make money, man. It's more important. Five pip wins there, 5 pip wins there. We are all happy, everyone is happy, everyone is smiling. 5 pip wins there. I mean, yeah, man, come on. Looks great on the spreadsheet, but what does it actually do? My brother is low-key referring to Danvo. No, Danvo, like, he has his own, like, the thing with him is, like, when he catches 5, let's say 5 pips, okay, he makes what? How much? He makes enough, right? He makes enough money. So for him, it's great. So definitely not referring to him. Because I do respect any streamer out there. I just tell you what the sentiment is and how people view the streams, and how more important it is to win than actually to make money in this streaming game. Regardless if it's 5 pips or 6 pips or 10 pips or 30 pips, whatever, it's kind of irrelevant. That's why every streamer needs to have an at least 95% win rate to keep everyone happy. To look for buys or sells, well, as long as we're like, I mean, if you do break down, I'm all in for sells still, funny enough. We're actually not holding up that well whatsoever. these highs are taken. You tap into the highs here. If you now break structure again, then and you break below the Sunday open, you close an hourly candle below it. You might see this happening, like the 4-hour flip. And if the 4-hour flip's bearish, that's the third 4-hour candle, by the way, that were, you know, was roughly around that same level. So this should be the candle. So let's see. It's a 4-hour flip. What's the ideal pip range for you? 50 to 100. Yeah, 50 to 100 pips. And the reason why is because if you simply look at the sessions here, and you look at the daily expansion. So for example, this is the open. This is 250 pips. This is the open. This is 480 pips. This was the open. 300 pips. Yeah, this was the big sell we took. So obviously this was breaking down from the zone to the lows. 690 pips. Right, so the average, I do believe 50 to 100 is super reasonable with the right structure and the right play. Even on a pretty choppy day here, you can see that even this move here, 250 pips. Yeah, I think it's kind of reasonable. So what I'm gonna wait for, I'm gonna wait for this this closure next. And then I know it's possible, and otherwise you guys still know what I'm gonna do. Let's say we close the stream and price break structure and it comes down. You know, I'm still be able to, you know, I'm still be willing to sell. David says, I followed the US debt clock and I noticed 2 days ago, again, the money supply increased by 100 billion. Who gets this money recently printed out of thin air? There is like a thing that's called the liquidity squeeze. They find ways to print a lot of money without telling us that they're still printing a lot of money. Full force, full speed. Yeah, the US debt clock is currently sitting. The national debt, it was like 31 trillion. We're now at 35 trillion. Okay. $35 trillion. So that's absolutely insane indeed. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, US money supply need 100 billion more. That money has to go somewhere. Well, where does it go into? The equity market. The equity market has been absolutely ripping. Where is it hopefully going to go to? Hopefully it's going to go to the crypto market. That would be the ideal case scenario. You jump on a dead body, you create this channel to found people in your community, to give you idea, to trade by your knowledge on live. You waste time for people. Where from, my friend? You're in Bali? Are you in Bali? Boom! Joking. It's all good, bro. Much love. Yeah, so Sunday Open is holding up very well. Yeah, the daily closure again. If you start holding above the daily closure, I know my sells are completely invalidated. If you do break structure, I would be still definitely willing to see, because it's all about this 4-hour closure. Now, if the 4-hour decides to close above it, it's completely dumb. But if you flip bearish, then, you know, we've seen it happening before. You come up, you squeeze the next candle. Absolutely thanks. Absolutely thanks. That was our trade. Yes, that was our trade that we took. When we also got stopped out before, when price eventually ran for a 600 pip run. So it's very important that, you know, you kind of also not just simply look at the trade because of the timing, you also kind of look at the analysis to see if it makes sense. And if you're completely against it, then it makes sense as well from your angle and say, okay, I don't agree with it. That's fine. But if price gets there again and starts breaking, then I will pay attention. I'll pay attention. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give away access to our group trading floor. I want some new guys in our trading floor tomorrow once again. Okay. So if you're interested in it, let's do our giveaway today. This is what I'm gonna do. If we close above it, only thing I'm interested in is looking for continuation buys here. If at some point we break structure, I will re-enter a sell without any further improve. Any closure below the Sunday Open for me after swiping the highs is just a sell continuation, right? Definitely looking interested in that. If you start to push up now and you start closing, the next candle comes down and it flips bullish, gold is not ready to come down yet. That's it. Even though the dollar is pushing, right, gold is just holding up very strong and it's utilizing the Sunday Open as that final support. So it did take out the lows. It's now pushing back up. If we do come up, then it is what it is. And that's the idea. And my sell idea is then invalidated. If that makes sense. Yeah. So what do we have here? We have the trading floor. We're trading all kinds of different, you know, currencies mainly there. Okay, so if you're interested in trading Forex as well. We got some tricks. I might be even starting to trade Forex at some point as well on our stream. Later on, not now. But yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. Let's give access, man. Let's give access to someone in the chat. Let's set it up, G's. Yeah, we do our giveaways now. If you already bought it, like let's say the last week, you still get your money back and stuff. But we also want to give away to guys that cannot afford it. Okay. For some people, $200 for 1 year is nothing. For other people, $200 is a lot of money. So we still want to give the people the opportunity to do multiple giveaways and just see if we can give it, you know, give access to people here that want to join us in the trading floor, where we're all streaming together, trading together, the whole day around. Okay. And yeah, man, let's do it. LT VIP. LT VIP. All right, it grants you access to our private group. We have around 150 people now on the trading floor, so that's awesome. Of course, we have been doing this for a while already, so the credibility has been there. But we're now really building traders. Traders is what matters. You're gonna get access to the series. The idea is that you get into the series first before you join the trading floor. It's important that you understand what we're doing here. We don't want to have, you know, different strategies. We want to trade the same strategy because the strategy has been proven to work. But that's it. So the community proves it. The results from the community prove it now. We're really tracking the results. Things are looking very, very good. So we want you to join us, not just on the streams on YouTube. We also want to join us along the way where we trade Forex as well. All right, very important. Forex sometimes is critical. Okay. So I definitely want you to be there and trade Forex with us. The course itself is around 7 hours and 45 minutes. So it takes some time. So do this on a Saturday and then join us during the week in the trading floor. Okay. That's it. That's where we're going to make our G's. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's kick it off. Not sure if it's working. It's not working. Anyways, let's roll the dice. Let's go. Mr. Tamer Hassan, my man. Congratulations. All right. My friend, please open a customer support ticket in our community. Go down, scroll down, customer support ticket, click on it. Click on that and then look for continuation. Type in I1, right? I'll ask you some questions to make sure it's you. Let's get you in and join our trading floor. Be there, go to the series, and then let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I'm sure you're going to be very delighted, very happy. All right? So appreciate it. Mr. Tamer Hassan. Not sure where you're from, my friend. Great to have you. Great to have you. All right. So yes, guys, gold is holding up very well. If you do still flip this 4 hour, all right, I am going to take a new short. I am going to re-enter. If this 4 hour cannot close above the daily, obviously it's invalidated, right? But the idea still remains the same. It happened last time at the London closure. After the London closure, we tanked. We tanked, we came down. If that happens again, I will not be surprised. I'm willing, personally willing, to take that trade again if it happens. If this 4 hour candle flips bearish. That's all. Okay? If you close above the 23.92, I'm no longer willing to take a trade. Or no longer willing to take a sell. So I'm gonna stick with my sell until further notice, until this 4 hour candle closes. If you do flip it, I'm entering. I'm entering. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, if the volume comes in later, it's fine. Just keep a very close eye on the markets and let's see what we can do. Let's see if this actually plays out or not, or if it this time just goes up. And you know, we're not gonna always be on the right side. This time we were on the right side. If it this time goes up, it is what it is. We can always see what we can do there. But this 4 hour candle looks still very interesting. It looks very interesting. Especially, you know, once some real new volume comes into the market, let's see what we can do from there. So, yeah. I'm going to be back tomorrow here on YouTube. I'm going to be in the trading floor tomorrow also during London session. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Of course, it didn't happen here. It doesn't mean it will not play out later on. So I'm going to stay very closely glued to the charts and keep you updated, okay? Regardless, right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Vantage charts in here. And I'm going to create a video for you on a day-to-day basis. If I see something, even if I don't see anything, I'm going to tell you, listen, guys, I don't see anything. That's it. I don't see anything special. Here's your video. Okay? Your update, your daily update. It's for everyone. You don't have to pay. You don't have to be in our VIP. You know, you can just click on the link, get into our Discord, and, you know, follow the Vantage charts like that. All right? Shout out to Discord. Awesome that you can do it in the video. You can upload a video. All right, but pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So thank you, G's. Thank you very much. I hope to see you tomorrow. Kick it. Make good luck today. And if you are in buys, then, you know, manage your risk, manage the lick. So far looking good, but, you know, let's see what happens with this 4 hour. Stay safe, G's. Take care. Tomorrow's the FOMC. Another crazy day. Another crazy day. All right. There we go. Sounds like a plan. Thank you, guys. See you. Much love. Love you guys. Ciao.